Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm super excited to be sharing these new products that I'm using today on this card. There are some new products that can be added to your MISSEES collection if you bought some last year. There are some sentiment stamps like this one, another one in Dutch as well. And then there are also some additions to your MISSEES that you can die cut completely, as well as a stamp set with smaller MISSEES, which can be really handy. Now for today's card, I'm going to start with a simple one, making a birthday card with this adorable stamp set that is really featuring those animals that Karin Joan can draw so lovely. I'm going to make a birthday card using the Smile It's Your Birthday sentiment from this stamp set. I am listing all the names of the stamp sets as well as die sets that I'm using down below. Sometimes the names are a bit difficult to pronunciate here. There is a logic behind it, but just to be easy on myself, check in the description box, there everything is listed. So for this card it's going to be a flat one, only one layer. I'm stamping out my individual pieces. I could also have stamped them out immediately together, but I wanted to make sure that they could be as close as needed to each other, and sometimes with the outline of a stamp it sort of is already at a specific distance of each other, so to avoid that I'm doing that separately. So we are going to have some fun with some Copic markers today, and I'm going to color this balloon really festive in yellow. It's a color that always cheers me up when I see it. I don't use it often enough, but well, I'm trying. There are so many colors that you can use, so it's logical that you are from time to time forgetting a family. But well, here we are doing a yellow balloon. I'm also going to softly color in that highlight in yellow, in the lightest one I think, just to fit with the rest. With sort of shading already, I just thought that the highlight was a bit too wide for me, so here I just went over it. And once that the balloon is ready, I am going to color in this kitten, which I adore. So it's going to be a brown one, just keeping it in the warm tones like the balloon. And I'm starting with my darkest color. Like always, this is what works for me. If you're new to Copic coloring, I would definitely suggest to try both. Starting with a basic layer of the lightest color one time, and then trying another way around. Because in the beginning I didn't color like this. I started with a base coat of the lightest layer, and some amazing crafters use that technique, so that's what I based myself on. And then later I just realized that for me personally, I think it's better to start with the darkest one, but it's totally up to you. It's all about being comfortable with what you're doing, enjoying the coloring process. So if this isn't working for you, just try some things out. There are more than one way to color with Copic markers. So I'm onto my second layer. This paper is Transotype Perfect Coloring Paper, which is a paper that I really recommend if you want to be able to add lots of layers. There are also other papers, of course, but I so far tried Nina and this one and one more, but I didn't like that one, so I cannot recall it at the moment. But Nina is also lovely. I love Nina, but you cannot add as many layers as you sometimes need to, because then it starts bleeding. It's all about saturation of your paper, and when your paper gets oversaturated, it starts bleeding from outside of your image. So to avoid that, when I'm trying to do some heavy shadowing, I am using this paper. Also, I think it's less expensive, definitely if you live in Europe, to get it, so that's always handy. I'm heat setting this image just because I went outside the lines at certain areas, and you can push that color back in with a colorless blender. So I did that, but then sometimes with the colorless blender it stays wet for a while, so your color can soak back into that area. So therefore I just heat set it and then I continue. So in the MISSEES collection, last time that they released it, for the first time actually, they added these sequins as well as another pack, adorable. But with my yellow, I just thought that these golden sequins were just perfect. And the handy thing about these sequins is that they come with 3 bottles and they all have a different size. If you love one size, then you use one bottle. I prefer to have at least 2 sizes, sometimes 3, but in this case it was such a simple card that the biggest one was a bit too big. So I just added these. It wasn't needed, but it could. So I also think that I'm going to remake this card with another color balloon and then without sequins, because that's perfectly an option as well. So I thought that this was it, but then I saw this mirror card Gold Pearl by Tonic Studios, and I realized that it was the same gold as in the sequins, which is amazing. So I am going to put this A2 size right behind my panel here. As you can see, with the scallop border, it will show that gold from underneath. I'm going to add this panel using some foam tape. Some foam tape. Just to help me with placement, I'm going to give myself some more time by adding a bit of liquid glue. And then I can wiggle this panel around until I'm happy and I think that it's straight. And then I can press it down like this. Just going to add some glossy accents because there is a balloon and I don't think that I skip a balloon that often with glossy accents. So adding the glossy accents, and then this card will be completely finished. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. It's a short one, but I just love this stamp set. So I think you will too. There will be some more cards coming up. I'm a guest designer for this release. So I hope that you will enjoy them as well. Have a wonderful day. I want to thank you all for stopping by and taking the time. I truly appreciate it. And I will be back soon with some new crafty inspiration. Bye!